Alright, so they're going for long term. They deal a lot of damage here, unfortunately. Oh! Hi! I removed 3 counters from this. But that should be enough, I hope. Because we cannot pay the word. Alright! Hello everyone, it's Sloth here, and today absolutely amazing Golgari with Obliterator and 5 spells. You know what's coming, you have seen a glimpse of this in the intro, but I'll tell you, today's video will be absolutely epic. And honestly, we will also test the Trailblazer, a new card that seems to have insane potential. We ranked up with this deck, so it should be fine. And yeah, you want to see the deck in action? Let's go! So we are going first, a lot of black mana, Obliterator, and Crazy gonna Crazy. And I mean, he's not wrong. I would love to go into Obliterator. And I mean, this surprises nobody, right? But today, we are kinda prepared. I mean, well, let's see how many good plays he has. Alright. Oh, hi. Well, not as many. Our opponent needs to top deck a creature right now. Let's see if he's good at magic. Alright, double Kumana, it seems. Or they should actually probably plot this, because they are not guaranteed to hit a creature on the next turn. So, with this draw, we are going Takenuma to keep stacking our black mana. And I mean, let's go with the Trespasser, and let's lifelink just a little bit. Man, the lifelink from Bat is no joke. Like, this is insane. By the way, this deck is very fragile. If you don't have good opening, you just fall behind on the damage and you die. Alright, now they need to go absolutely crazy because they are behind. They can give mana, so we won't be able to block with Trespasser. However, oh, I wish we had the right land. That means we need to go with Shelly, right? Yep. With the lifelink, we should get some, nice advantage here. And guys, we will be blocking. Oh, we will be blocking so hard. We could get rid of the anger, but it doesn't lifelink. And yeah, like, it's not super worth it. Like, you diminish 1 power and that's it. In best case scenario. And you are guaranteed to lose a lot of damage. Here we go. Here we go. But the racing is interesting. Like, the more they draw, the scarier it gets. Alright, Monstrous Rage seems to be incoming. That will be scary. So, when they touch the cards, usually they have Monstrous Rage. That's something I've noticed. They're not very good at masking their plays, as well as making them. So, we will lose Sheoldred with this one, right? We get good trade on this one, and we get hit for 7. We can guarantee the Obliterator, but it won't be easy. If we don't block, we will take insane levels of damage. Sorry bro, I need to think, because we could go with the Bat, potentially, Bushwhack a creature, and go absolutely crazy. How much damage they can dish out on 1 mana? So they will deal 7, 8, plus 4, 12 damage. We go to 5, 6. Oh man, I really think we have to go like this. I don't love it, but we can force them to get this. They can kill either Sheoldred or either Trespasser. That's it. Monstrous Rage. This will be a 2-3. That means it still dies. So we get a little bit better trade than the Kumano. And yeah, that gets us a little bit better on the, the whole thing. Man, I'm so sad. 1 right mana and we would be making the play. We will probably attack, I would guess. I'm not super sure. We can also fight something. I think we're taking the last card. Because I want to make sure that they don't have a follow-up. I made a small mistake. I should kill it first. Because I kinda realized that I'm going to kill this probably. But I guess Trespasser is a little bit better here. You know what? Let's go like this. We target this creature and we kill this creature. It won't be easy, but there is a chance. We might actually raise them. And let's go for the creature. The chance of anger is super low, and chance of us racing is 100%. All will be decided by this draw. Well, 2 perfect cards in one. Just being very good at Magic. What can I say? But it's pretty slow still. It is pretty slow. Alright, we will never get this mana, unfortunately. I think we just played the Trailblazer. And we have everything exiled. Thank you, Kumano. Thank you. So they will get a lot of cards. But we can start exiling their stuff. Alright. Let's attack, because we will only block 1 creature probably anyway. This will be really close, man. This will be anger for sure. I wish we could exile 2 cards, that would be a big difference. So now they need to pay what? It costs 6, so it costs 3. So they won't have too much mana. They will hit a land, so they have 2 mana to make their turn and use 2 cards probably. That's my guess. And we're at 8. Very, very close. Go, Trailblazer. I guess the bat could be pretty good. Oh, I just realized how my cards work. They are pretty decent. Alright, let's go for black. And this is all we need, because our opponent will die very soon. We don't need to steal the card, we just need a blocker with lifelink. Alright, they got the land, so 2 mana, and that's it. They need this to win the game on this 2 mana. I think they might, but we'll see. Also, if we draw untapped land, we go with the cottage, and that's extra 4 damage. So it will be hard for them to attack, and we have a lot of lifelinkers. Unfortunately, I don't think we have any more creatures in the graveyards. But you know, if we kill something, it will be in the graveyard, but it depends on the draws. Our opponent has a little bit of a pickle. I think there's good chance we will win, but it's not guaranteed at this point. We don't have great blockers, but we have good cards that trade. And I'm so happy I realized that we have this extra mana. Oh man. We could of course plot and go Obliterator, but it will be so slow we will die beforehand. Alright, they are not attacking. Love to sit. They have a nice block here. We could go Trailblazer, but they will trade the Codebreaker, right? And we go just Bronco? It's not bad. I mean, this is a force block. Or we can just take 3 blockers. No. I think we go like this. They have to go with the Codebreaker, unless they want to get rid of Kumano, but it's a very good card for them. Oh man, that's a free trade. I didn't expect this. And now let's go for more blockers. 2 blockers, and potentially Leafa on the next turn. We also have 10 life. So, you know, we will see. They can absolutely do it, but there is a fair chance they won't have enough. 1 buff spell. In the best case, and it shouldn't be anger, because they already used to. You know what? Maybe this is not enough to kill us. I don't think they counted, I think they just rolled with it. Let's go for the... Oh, this is so 11, right? That's it. So I need to double block 1 of those. 6, 9. Oh my god, this is so close. I mean, this is what we have to do, right? And I think we won. But man, this could not be closer. 6, 9. And they are drawing 1 card? What are you? Listen. I'm going this route. It's good enough. Alright, this is better. I'm glad I paid attention. Alright. Oh man, this is way too close. And he can either draw a land or a card that kills us. Yep. Oh, Obliterator, you were so close, and this was the land to play it. Unfortunate, but in the end I think that was actually a pretty interesting game. Alright, I kinda like this hand. Let's see it. This could have some nice potential, but we first need to see what the matchup is. I would love something slower, because we have a very good value if we want to fight for the board against the creatures. Against Mono Red, we probably need to use okay, Mono Black. You know what? Against Mono Black, I think we can get some extra value. Like, we need a lot of stuff, and if we can get to Obliterator while they are tapped, this could be absolutely insane. Like, this is a removal, right? So I think we go around it with the Trailblazer, and I think this is a good play. Yeah, I had to play this for turn 2, because I'm checking my, you know, 4 black mana for Obliterator. A very good one, not gonna lie, that's a very good one. At least we have stuff to discard. I will keep the Cottage. Let's go for the Waste, actually. I don't need too much green mana. And don't forget we have the ramp, theoretically. So I can go Cottage. This will be interesting. Do we already go with everything? We don't have a good way to trigger the synergy, but it is an additional creature and that might be strong enough, basically. Alright, so we played this guy. If we play untapped land, we can play 2 creatures, and I think honestly it's worth it. Let's go for green. We need to play this. We go for the Dreadknight. Like, we need to go super wide because they have Liliana right now. And Lord Skitter, right? Because we are guaranteed the value then. I mean, that's a pretty good turn, you know? 4 creatures out of nowhere, and let's get rid of Takenuma, cause why not? I wanted to play Cottage to pressure Liliana in a different way, but you know, it's fine. 4 mana, so no Geeks command, even if they have it in the hand. And our powers are pretty, you know, problematic for our opponent, so this will be a lot of removal on this turn, but hopefully he will have to manually kill every creature. Here we go. And they are doing it. That's why it was so important to just kill everything. Don't tell me you have... Man, they removed 4 creatures on 4 mana. Man, just being really good at Magic. What can I say? The whole point was that they won't be able to remove the last creature. Alright. Oh, I need to play it now? I really don't want to. I really don't want to. I want to play Lord Skitter, but then we are losing a lot of card advantage. But I honestly think we have to go like this. This is too important. Like, we need to keep pressuring so they don't get any free value. We are losing one of our cool cards anyway. So our value was decimated by this insanely amazing draw against what we played. Like, normally this is not what happens, but I mean, theoretically it can happen. So we are a little bit behind of where we wanted to be. The Archfiend. Scary. Very scary. I honestly think it's Glissa. I'm not super sure. Alright, alright. I think we just need to play everything. We cannot get rid of anything. We just need as wide board as possible. And I mean, when they attack, we start charging, basically. At least we don't lose any cards, right? And if they go for the sacrifice, it kinda does something thanks to Archfiend, but I think we can raise them. So it's all about the top decks. Our opponent had insane opening against what we played. Let's see if he can follow it up with a good draw later. Bronco, probably not the best draw. I think we can do it later. First we want as much lifelink from this as possible. We will probably start activating the Cottage as well. They should go for the sacrifice, I think. Alright, that's fine.
We all have things we
Let's keep playing cards. Listen, we are going with this. Like, we are absolutely all in right now. And I think it should work. Like, thanks to the rats, we actually have so much going on for us. And they can only trade against the rat, nothing more. I don't think there's any reason to go like this. If we hit Trespasser, we can lifelink with this, or life gain. Alright, so they're going for long term. They deal a lot of damage here, unfortunately. Oh! Hi! I removed 3 counters from this. And I think you have a bad time, my friend. I just realized the interaction. Well, so have a nice upkeep. Okay, this was the most absolutely surprising finish to the game with Arcfiend I've ever seen. Well, I hope you enjoyed this one. Even 4 removal spells won't help against this. Alright, this is an interesting hand, but we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. We have a lot of fight spells, but not really something to get there. Like, we only have Shelly. So let's see what our opponent is playing. Still red. Man, that's... I lost count how many mono reds in a row we are seeing right now. Let's go with the bat and see how much we can interrupt him. Probably play with fire, honestly. Then they will go with Rokus. If we go with this, they will get the perfect turn. We don't really have a choice here. This at least prevents something, and we can get extra lifelink from this, unless they, you know, draw exactly the same card. They should really go with the Rokus. This is, you know, the prime moment to get a free, basically, card advantage and, you know, just value advantage. I honestly think we go here, because we need to play Sheoldred on the next turn. Like, absolutely, we are going for a swamp. Because we need as many black mana as possible. I cannot get there, unfortunately. And the bat will soon die. Man, this one lifelink, like, those are the big differences, you know? Like, I need to make sure that I play Shelly on the next turn. And because I need Sheoldred to just basically sweep his board with fight spells. Alright, we go for the painless one. We attack first, because... So, when we attack, he can cast the Witchstalker Frenzy. This is very interesting. So, if we played Sheoldred right now and attacked, we lose Sheoldred, which is insane. But, at the same time, how do you work exactly? This turn. So, if we ever attack, Sheoldred will die. Unless they make a mistake. I don't think they will take their full turn off, right? I don't love this play, but I really think we have to go for it. And we cannot attack because then we enable the removal. So they will need to waste their full turn. It's still great. Like, the card was literally printed so mono red can beat Sheoldred, right? So of course it does. Alright, they get extra mana, so they can also Monstrous Rage if they are good at the game. However, maybe we go for double fight spell? Right, first things first. Let's attack and get our lifelink. Theoretically, I could double cast it, but, well, it's not worth it. I don't think they have any priority, so let's go like this. While... Yep, no priority, so let's kill it. We control this, so they cannot, you know, use any lightning strikes or anything just to, you know, finish it off. They don't have the mana. They will get the card, but also the damage. And even if they have the perfect draw, they need to spend all mana. But if they can kill Sheoldred, we might be in some trouble. Alright, how many? I don't think they have too many, only one instant. And fell down. Alright, they won the cards, sure. I think we take it. It's selection from our, you know, 4 cards, but it's only 1 card. And I think we can absolutely do it. Alright, this is interesting. So we can kill it right now and prevent all the cards. This one is an instant, so, man, I think with this we will win. So, let's go for Bushwhack. We take this, we pay the ward. This is a 2-2. And when they play Slickshot, we tail swipe it. So we basically clear everything. They cannot kill us right now. And if they don't buff it, we can safely ignore it because it's just one attack. I think with this play we won. And those fight spells really did a lot of work. And it's nice to have an instant one. They played Slickshot and left the game. And that's how I like my mono red out of the game. Alright, I kinda like this hand. We will see how we play it. I'm not sure, like, we need to see the matchup. This will be super important. I mean, the matchup is the same as always. It seems. Alright, I see it. So, do we start playing, drawing cards? I don't think we have time for it. I think we need to try to interrupt them, and let's see what they have. That will... Wow, that's a triple Monstrous Rage. Scoundrel is kinda nice here, because it basically costs 1 mana, so they can Monstrous Rage on the same turn. Codebreaker is strong. I think we take Codebreaker anyway, but it's not amazing. There is a chance they will go for Scoundrel into play with fire, kill the bat. Of course we do not block. And let's see. Alright. Man, this will be a lot of damage. Normally they just go for 1 turn burst, but here they can do it all, you know, over and over. And we are getting mana screw. The problem, of course I can play this, but I basically do nothing this turn. And I'm losing life, and I might not draw a land. So it might absolutely do literally nothing. So then I lose. I think we need to go with the bat then. And with this situation, I think we are going with... Really? Alright, we are going with play with fire. Because I want those bats to start lifelinking for me. If they can hit like 2 or 3 times, like that's a lot of difference. And this might give us the time to stabilize. Unfortunately, we drew all of the Trailblazers and not enough land. Man, he literally drew the card every time I just discarded. Like, both turns. Oh my god. So we are losing like this, right? I will go on this. But it will be super... Man, this is annoying. My whole plan was a double bat. It makes a huge difference, like linking 1 per turn and 2 per turn. At least they didn't take, you know... they didn't take... We cannot. The one with play with fire. I think it could be better. The point is, they have a lot of damage, but they need to... Alright, listen. I'm going with this play. I'm just rolling with this. Lightning Strike. I think at this point we need to risk that he won't hit his mana. The deck is super low on lands, so there is an absolutely fair chance he won't draw it. And I think we have to do this. Like, we need some extra time. So, do we go for stabilization or we try to raise him with lifelink? I mean, if he whiffs, we need to assume he will whiff. If he whiffs, he deals basically 0 damage. It will be such a long way to kill him. Let's go. But we need to start somewhere. Don't draw a land, alright? Draw like God. Instantly. Oh my god, he's just so good at Magic. Well, this was the best play he could make, you know, drawing a land from the top. I don't think we can recover from this. Like, we're at 9. We cannot really block with those bats. And he can start getting all those cards. He can Lightning Strike this, into play with fire this, into Monstrous Rage. We cannot block. We need to take all the damage. They might be greedy. Yep. Yep. And that means more damage. And we will never draw a land this game. Well, our opponent can play his whole deck on 2 lands. We cannot. Do I double Dreadknight? So 7. So this will be what, 6 I believe, right? Plus 3. Oh, they already have this. So it will be 5 damage. We will be at 2. But they can play this into this. So we will be at 1. If they draw a land, they win. So this is what, 4 into 7? I don't think there's any way we can get there. So I think we need to double trade here, which is not perfect. But let's go with it. Man, like, if he didn't draw this land for 1 turn, I think we would win this, even with being mana screwed. Triple Bat was really helpful, but unfortunately he just top decked a Shock when we needed him to, you know, waste a turn and just let us scale. This is the missing lifelink that, you know, is the difference here. If we had 1 extra Bat every turn, that we would be at like 9 and he would be at 11, and that would give us the place to raise him. But we'll see. So he can still cast Monstrous Rage. Ancestral Anger. Extremely greedy play. Of course, absolutely, you know, rewarded. Take any risks, you are going to win anyway. So with this, it will be still 5 toughness, so we can double trade against it. Our draws are not what we need at all. Back to 2. Well, also, if I went for the... Like, how am I supposed to play a game, man? Like, I literally couldn't play any card. Thank you, Shuffler. Well, this was a Shuffler game if I've ever seen one. Alright, we're going first. You know what, I kinda like this one. We will bat him super hard, but let's see what the matchup is. It seems to be just Grow, right? I mean, we can go Bronco and start being aggressive. Okay, this is kinda risky. So, what's the reasoning? If they have one creature and we remove it with a bat, it's better to play a bat. But with so many cards, they should probably have at least 2 of them. So we probably go with this. And this will be scary. This will be scary. We probably need some fight spells, you know, this kind of stuff. But we can get there. Man, Lord Skitter is kinda amazing here. It does basically everything. They should kill Bronco in response. Alright, I'm saddling before they can remove it. That means we get a good value already. Like, I honestly thought that Bronco will die. Alright, let's deal some damage and draw a card. Okay, not too much damage, but very good card. This will come handy very quickly. I don't think it's a control. I think... Oh wow, this is actually a Guru control. You know what? I'm impressed. Consider me impressed. So, do we go with Blazer? I think we just go with the bat and see what's going on. Like, we want to know what's up in this deck. Alright, this will be probably their main thing, right? If we don't get rid of the Carnosaur, they will use this at the end step. They need 6 mana on this, so maybe let's go for this first. This is a you know, surprise deck. They go Terror of the Peaks and a lot of huge creatures like Etali, and they potentially can kill you in 1 turn. That's a nice draw. It perfectly hits their curve. However, what is their next play? So they have 5 mana already. That means Terror of the Peaks can happen on this turn. Terror of the Peaks. I think we go with this, because when they play Terror of the Peaks, we go Obliterator and force them to sacrifice everything. And this land is super weak to sacrificing, because it's 2 mana, but 1 land. Yeah, I hope they will play it. They can go for this first to draw a card, so that will be a lot of damage and a lot of problems, but... Well, I mean, when they sacrifice everything, that might be a problem as well. Oh, they went for the warded one. That's kinda smart. Do we go for the play? We have to. We absolutely have to. We have to take the black mana as well. That means we can only go for the Trailblazer. But that should be enough, I hope. Because we cannot play the ward. Alright, this is the game. I control this, you control this, go. Thank you for playing your Trailblazer. And now our opponent has to make a hard choice. Either a creature or every land, and that means he won't be able to add to the board, so he cannot attack into the Obliterator with this. And with that, man, that was a perfect Obliterator game. I hope you enjoyed. I decided I will play as long as we get at least one. Well, that was something epic. Man, I really made the resolution that I'm not stopping the recording until you get at least one game with Obliterator and the fight spell. Just absolutely making your opponent to scoop. And it was absolutely epic. I have to say that this deck performed way better than I expected. We were like 4 wins, 2 losses, so it's pretty decent. Probably the big part of it is that we mostly seen mono red, like just mono red after mono red, and it definitely seems to be working against it. And I think we need to talk about the Trailblazer, because that's probably the one card that can be like, you know, a little bit of and for a good reason. First, I actually am impressed with the card. The card is insane. No, the fact that it ramps you is something that I really didn't pay too much attention. I always went with, yeah, it draws cards if you have big creatures, and the plotting is to play them on the same turn. However, the ramp is insane, and it's a good ramp because it gives you any color, so it's also mana fixing. But the fact that you get a free creature, you get, you know, mana for follow-up creature, and you draw a card, like, I wouldn't be surprised if this card was like a big part of future standard. It's insane. And you can just play it as a 4/2 as well, with, you know, no drawback really. So the only downside is that it dies to play with fire, so we need to be careful of this. Against mono red, you can get super tempo disadvantage, but you can just plot it and force it on the turn when your opponent isn't ready for it. With Aclazotz, Sheoldred, and Obliterators, we have enough creatures to support the card draw, and the ramp is actually super important because there's niche interaction that you won't see it unless you play with the deck. I actually missed it as well. You can go directly from turn 3 with plotting into 5 mana Obliterator, and that's why mana fixing comes into play, because the cost here is super steep and you need 5 mana. That means on turn 4 you can fight something, play Obliterator, also draw a card on top of all of this, and probably win the game, because your opponent has no idea this is coming. They only see the Trailblazer, they thought there would be some, you know, Sheoldred or something, and suddenly they lost the game because you forced them to sacrifice, like, you know, 3 or 4 permanents. So this is the hidden power. So for this reason I wanted to play 2 of the Trailblazers. However, I still felt that Glissa Sunslayer is the main 3-drop, just because of how insane she is with the fight spells. Lord Skitter absolutely performed perfectly. The fact that you get so much, like a swarm of rats with a single 3-drop, is a big deal. You have seen against Liliana, even though they killed every single creature, it needed from them a perfect draw, and they still needed to, you know, use, I think, 3 cards and 4 mana, tapping everything, and that let us follow up. This very often goes unanswered, and it sets you up for a good Obliterator or Sheoldred that closes the game. So even if you don't get the combo, you are just an extremely strong, you know, Golgari mid-range deck with a lot of options depending on the matchup, and you can even go with the card advantage with Dreadknight. So I'm rambling. Time to end the video. Really thank you for, you know, staying until the end. I really do appreciate it, and thank you for all the comments. I love, you know, responding to them, so thank you for that. And yeah, that's kinda it. Thank you guys, and see you tomorrow.